Hi, everyone. This is the Speak to Influence podcast. I'm Karen Sachs, and tonight we are talking about the most important communication habits to make sure that people trust you. Trust is critical. It is the thing that makes your careers, your relationships, and your leadership opportunities. Ronald, thanks for joining us. I don't know if you can see me, Ronald. I appear to be having camera problems. So if you wouldn't mind dropping in the chat and letting me know if you can see me, I would very much appreciate it. So I'm Karen Sachs, and today we're talking about something that quietly shapes every relationship you have, every opportunity you receive, and every leadership note that you'll step into. Trust. People often ask me, Karen, what's the most important communication skill? Now, they expect me to say public speaking or storytelling or confidence, and all of those are very valuable, but they're not the most important. The most important is the skill of becoming someone other people trust. Now, think about your own life. Who do you trust? Who do you ask for advice? Who do you believe? Who's the person who gets promoted? Or who's the person who gets invited into the important conversations? The answer usually isn't the smartest person in the room. And sometimes it's not even the person with the most experience. Usually it's the person that people trust the most. So trust is the foundation behind every successful conversation. Without it, your expertise is questioned, your leadership is doubted, your ideas are ignored. So today, I want to share with you the 3 communication habits that quietly build trust every single day. And they are easy, but most people overlook them. But together, they'll completely change how other people experience you. So let's begin. Habit number 1, making sure that your words, your voice, and your actions match. One of the greatest ways to lose trust is to create confusion. Imagine if someone says, I am really excited about this project, but meanwhile their shoulders are slumped, their voice is flat, and they're looking at the floor. So, which message do you believe, the words or the nonverbals? Our brain is channeled so that we look at the nonverbals. And we seem to be having some more communication problems with our live today. So if someone would just jump in and let me know that they can see and hear me, I would really appreciate that. And meanwhile, I'll continue. The human brain is trained and wired to look at nonverbal communication. So if you have a choice of trusting the words, I'm really enjoying this opportunity, or looking at the slumped shoulders, you're more likely to look at the slumped shoulders, the quiet voice, and the person looking at the floor. So who do you believe? I have a client who is brilliant. Her ideas are always really right on. However, she speaks very, very quietly, to the point that people often interrupt her. She came to me wanting to know why people weren't paying attention to her. So we started working on her voice to make sure that she sounded more commanding. We started working on her confidence in herself, because when the message is intelligent, but the presentation is in doubt, people question what you really believe. We work together, and today she is communicating strongly in all of her messages. She's no longer being interrupted, and she's leading the pack in all kinds of other aspects of her career. Habit number 2, curious people become trusted people. What does that mean? Have you ever gotten into a conversation and immediately the person you're speaking to starts talking about themselves? Or you start talking and partway through they just interrupt you like you weren't saying anything? Today, conversations are often not about dialogue, but about two people waiting for their turn to speak. Great communicators don't talk a lot, they listen. I had a client who used to go into his meetings and he would always just begin spouting off his recommendations and what, as the boss, they were going to do. Today, he doesn't do that. Today, his meetings start with questions, not answers. Questions like, what are your recommendations on this problem? What are you seeing? Is this working out the way that you thought it was going to? Now, those types of communications those types of questions open up dialogue. And most importantly, when people are feeling heard, they are more inclined to listen to you. So no longer was he espousing his expertise. He was engaging his employees to get them involved in the conversation. They were being heard. And that immediately became him a more trusted partner and trusted leader. And the third habit is that communication does not end at the end of the conversation. Communication is saying what you're going to do and then doing it. Reliability is communicated. It isn't just spoken. I have a client who is a manager. He used to be one of my managers. I love him dearly. He is very talented, but he's not the most experienced person on the team. And he's also not the smartest person on the team. But you know what? Whenever there's a big project, Ron is the person that they always want to have on their team. Why? Because when Ron says he's going to do something, he does it. When he says he's going to have something delivered to you by Tuesday, it's there on Tuesday. If he tells you he's going to give you feedback, he will give you feedback in the time frame that he promised. When we bring all of this together, we end up with 3 communication skills that help people build your trust. Trust grows when your communication is consistent, when your voice and your posture and your words are congruent. Trust grows when your curiosity exceeds your desire to impress, when you don't feel the need to talk all the time, and you are more inclined to ask questions of those who are listening to you. And trust grows when your actions consistently match your promises. None of these habits require extraordinary talent. They actually just require intentional practice. So this week, I have 3 challenges for you. Number 1, pay attention to whether your tone, your posture, and your words are telling the same story. Because if they're not, there's a flag that's going to go up in your listener's mind that says, something doesn't feel right. Second, ask one more question than you normally would in every conversation. You want to make sure that you understand. And third, close every important conversation with a clear commitment and follow through, and then do exactly what you promised. Trust is critical to relationships, to friendships, to partnerships, marriages, careers. It's important to the opportunities that you get, and it's important to your leadership opportunities. So you want to make sure that everything you say and everything you do instills trust in other people. If you're enjoying these conversations each week, please subscribe to my Substack at actlikeagreatcommunicator.com or go to theskool.com, that's SKOOL, and join Act Like a Great Communicator community. It's free and it's a great place to enhance your communication skills. So until next time, I want you to remember this. People may not remember your exact words, but they rarely forget that you made them feel safe, respected, and confident. Trust isn't built by talking more, it's built by communicating in ways that people can rely on. So make sure that you are that person that people can rely on and that your communication skills are the way that they are going to do it. Thanks for joining me today, Ron. Thanks for being here live. And for all of you watching the replay, thank you. I hope you'll join me on Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time on my next podcast. And until then, please subscribe to Act Like a Great Communicator at substack.com and at skool.com. And that's SKOOL.com. Have a great weekend, everyone. Good night.